Hello, I am Satyanarayan Raju, a tax practitioner at Hyderabad. Now, welcoming you all to have a participation in my online classes by name Sachiki Online Classes. It is specially designed and developed by me with a view to give practical exposure to the accounting study. Nowadays, the students are so crazy to choose the commerce subject as their primary one with a view to become an accounts administrator in a reputed organization. It is a very known subject and it is a very easiest subject in the world. Anybody can learn with or without the basic accounting knowledge. Why? Because the accounts, this accounting subject is known by every human being in the world. Why? Because the subject is mainly based on money. How the money earned by a human being, how it is utilized, how it is kept for future usage. So the main view of the main view and objective of the accounting study is to earn on earning of money and the utilization of money. So everybody is in need of money. Without money, we cannot survive. We cannot purchase each and everything you wish. So, money plays an important part in our life. So, coming to the introduction part, I would like to explain you in a different way. Money and its importance in our life. Money is an essential commodity that helps you to run your life. Exchanging of goods for goods is an older practice, and now without any money you can't buy anything you wish. In the older days, there was a barter system. If you want to get one thing, you have to exchange one thing, that is nothing but a barter system, exchange of goods. So money has gained its value because people are trying to save wealth for their future needs. We have to earn money and we have to save money after you fulfill your daily needs for future needs. Philosophically speaking, money cannot buy everything, but practically, money is the basic thing that is used for calculating the status of any person. Your status will be declared by the money you got, by the wealth you got. If you got no money, you may not be given that respect even by your family members or your relatives. So money plays an important role in our life. To earn money, there are three main. According to me, there are the earning of money is divided into three categories. That is how to earn money. One is employment. If you are so qualified in a subject, uh, if you if you are a qualified commerce graduate, you will be selected by an organization if you attend for an interview and will be given a post to work with them. For the services rendered by you, you will be given a monthly remuneration in the form of salary. So, you can earn money simply by rendering your service. You need not invest any money to earn that money. So, the second one is professional services. You can earn money by rendering service to the clients in the form of legal, financial, tax consultancy services. If we are so particular, if we are so talkative, if we are so capable to solve the problems faced by your clients, you will be selected and you will be given such cases to you. By solving those problems, you will be given some fees by name consultation fee. With that, you can earn money. In this context also, you need not put any investment, but a little investment is necessary. Why? Because we have to set up your own practice. You can set up your practice in your house even, but you have to purchase one computer, and you have to purchase some table and four chairs and fan, lights, etc. Uh, Though the total investment may be between 50 to 60,000. It is quite possible for anybody, even though he got no money, their friends may help him, or parents may help him to set up his own practice. But the third one is business. You can earn money by starting a business you select. You can select any business. Even though you are not qualified, uh, you are not having any knowledge regarding this subject. You can set up your own business if the wealth permits. If the wealth permits, you can start your own business, you can start your own dreamed project, but along with the capital, along with the investment, if you got some managerial capacity, you can start without any other thought, and you can earn money with that. For the above two categories, you need specialized educational qualifications, but one cannot one can start a business, comes out of his dream with or without educational qualification regarding the project. If wealth permits and you got managerial capacity, a business can be started. But for the above two categories, support will be given from the family members and friends. If you got a job, your family members, if you are married, your wife, your son-in-laws, and your friends also will encourage you to join in that post immediately. Immediately, they will encourage you. And for the profession also, a little bit discouragement maybe from the friends and families may be there. But why? Because there is very much competition in the city. They will question only one thing: Can you? Are you confident to stand to be confident to be competent with with those people already in service, already in consultancy services? So if you are confident to give to set up your consultancy, the family members and friends also will support you, and they will also give the money also to purchase that table, chair, and computer, etc. But in the business, for the business, even you may not be encouraged by the family members. Even though you are from a business family, your father and your parents may not encourage you, and they will say one thing: don't do. If you want to do business, sit on in our business premises. You manage the business. You will be given every access to do it. After getting 1 year's experience, then you will be permitted to set up your own practice, own business. But the candidate who is very much interested to set up his own business may not accept for it. To convince the family, a statement may be prepared. These are the things. The demand is more in our area, the supply is less. If we start like this, you will get nearly 40% of gross margin from the very business. For this, I want 10 lakhs of capital. So, if you are capable to, if you are so convinced, your parents, at last they may agree for it. Your father may give some 3 to 4 lakhs, and also give advice. Be cautious. Don't um, neglect the business. You sit in the business. You try to encourage. You try to develop your business. So the cautions will be given. The advices will be given by the friends and relatives. So after getting the permission from the family members, you are immediately needed to see to read it for two important reports. One is the balance sheet, another one is income statement. The balance sheet. The father gave me 3 lakhs, and I got 2 lakhs from my friends, that is 5 lakhs, and I got credit supplies from the suppliers to the tune of 2 lakhs, that is 7 lakhs, and and the 2 lakhs is due to the services rendered for the rental payment or the power payment or the salaries payment. Totally that is 9 lakhs. So out of this 9 lakhs, if it in the worst situation are asked by my parents or by the outsiders who lend money or who cooperated me, I must be in a position to show the sources to repay the obligations. So you are very much needed a report that is what is called as familiarly known as balance sheet, which can show the financial status of you at a given time. So that is very very important. And the second one is income statement. Your main objective is to earn money. If you want to earn money, you have to take such care. You have to manage the business, and the time to time you have to verify yourself whether I am getting the estimated profit or not. If you are not getting the estimated profit, it is fun to maintain that business forever. So the income statement is subdivided into two parts, that is trading account and profit and loss account. Trading account will help you to know the strength of your activity, to know the strength of your business. And the profit and loss account will help you to know the net result after meeting the expenses in all the departments. So after getting the permission from the family members and friends, you are very much needed to prepare two important statements. That is, one is balance sheet, another one is profit and loss account. To prepare this, you have to do some work. That is uh, the recording work. So in your study, there are two main categories. That is, one is bookkeeping, another one is this accounting. A proper and fair planning of expenditures helps us to ensure proper use of our income. Of course, it is true that the quantity of goods or money cannot be increased by making a proper planning, but certainly we can ensure most economic use of goods or money at our disposal. A proper planning must be there to set up your business, to run your business. It is true that the quantum of goods or money cannot be increased by making proper. Even though you make a wise plan and a good plan, you may not increase the quantum of goods, but certainly we can ensure most economic use of goods or money at our disposal. You can make an economic use. You can take wise economic decisions in running the business. So most of us to do by some kind of written record of our income and expenditure. Most of us we have to record in a book what was happened, what was happened today, how much amount I brought into the business, how much purchase were made by me, whether through cash or through credit, how much fixed assets were purchased, like the computers, tables, etc. How the money at my disposal were utilized. So we have to maintain some record. The idea behind maintaining such record is known to know the correct position regarding income and expenditure and the financial status. It will help if you record like so. It will help to prepare the financial status statement, that is what is called as balance sheet, and the income statement. The need for keeping a record of income and expenditure in a clear and systematic manner has given rise to the subject of bookkeeping. So to do this, first of all, you have to keep in memory that is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping and a maintaining of a book. Maintaining of a book means you have to record each and every happening. The financial related expenditure in a book that is called as bookkeeping. A bookkeeper will be there to maintain all these things. To be a bookkeeper who maintains the book will be called as a bookkeeper. Some individuals do not recognize the necessity of keeping accounts of their day-to-day expenditure since they spend money, their own income, and are not required to account for it to anybody. It is not correct. Everybody, even though you need not show the expenditure income to anybody, it is if you maintain the record, it will help you, but such an idea is wrong. A family, however small may be, must exercise proper control over its expenditure as to ensure future security. A family has twofold responsibilities. Twofold responsibilities. One is that of ensuring all-round welfare of the family, and the other is social responsibility. Needless to say, money is the most essential prerequisite for ensuring peace and happiness of a family, which each and every member desires. The quantum of money must be adequate in relation to the needs. You must you must have an adequate money to fulfill your needs. Your needs means your family needs. But mere adequacy of money will not do everything you desire. One has to care of his property. Mere adequacy of money need not fulfill your desires. You have to use properly. You have to control the unnecessary expenditures. But mere adequacy of money. For this, it would be necessary to exercise economy. For that, we have to maintain proper books of accounts for the exercise. On the other hand, each and every family member must save a portion of their income for future contingencies. Future contingencies. It is possible to increase the amount of savings through proper management and effective control of the family expenses. Through such savings, the family helps materializing the economic planning of the country. Nowadays, the students are eager to study accounting courses to become a good and perfect accounting administrator. Accounting subject will be introduced in the intermediate level if you choose commerce as your prime option. Accounting subject is a known subject to all human beings. Why? Because it deals with the earning of money. Everybody needs money for his livelihood and for future contingencies. But the subject was introduced to the students as a new one. But it is not a new one. It is quite familiar with all human beings. Everybody is in need of money. How the money earned by you and how it is utilized, what is the balance and where is the balance? Your mother also, even though she is uneducated or even though she is not a commerce student, she can plan and manage well of your father's earnings. But the subject was introduced to the student as a new one. Actually speaking, it is a practical one. The subject which starts in the intermediate level was a lack of practicality. We cannot see the practical exposure through your study which begins in the intermediate level. Since intermediate to CA, importance of accounting study and the way of business activity starts and how the reports will help a businessman to overcome the hurdles which they come across during the course of business. So, by lacking of practicality, the students so eagerly joined the course to become a perfect and an accounts administrator are forced to get by heart the subject, even the accountancy, get by heart the subject to get through the examination. They think if I get through the examination and I am qualified, a graduate, I may be called by an organization to work with those people. But it is not at all possible. If you are so practical in the accountancy subject, you may be selected for as an accountant to work in their organization. If not, you may not, even though you got a rank. In my experience, I am seeing so many people, even as CA qualified people also struggling for existence. They are not daring to do a consultancy, set up their consultancy, or to join in an organization because of lack of practicality in their study. Since intermediate to CA, no practical touch was there in your books, and the lecturers who sincerely following and, the writings of the author are just reading away the subject to the students. Students are getting it hard, and they even not covering all the chapters which are prescribed by the government. They are leaving some chapters and are saying this is not important. You may not get in the examination. You prepare these 2 3 chapters, you will get a good marks. By saying this, the lecturer is escaping from the liability. The lecturer is escaping liability, and he is making use of the option, but the student is not. He is losing the option of selecting the chapter while answering the examination. Since the intermediate to CA, the importance of accounting study and the way a business activity starts and how the reports will help a businessman to overcome the hurdles which come across during the course of business. You cannot face the hurdles faced by the organizer during the course of business due to the options of lack of practicality in the subject. So many students, although bagged ranks, are not easily getting opportunities from the reputed organizations. Since the beginning of the first chapter in the intermediate, practical awareness was not exposed to the students. So no practical exposure. If you are a commerce student, you can go back to the chapters and you can confirm my words also. To give a practical exposure, I would like to give a class which is based on basic accountancy and will lead you to the computerized systematic accountancy. I will start within a short moment. So today I am launching this because I am introducing myself and I am giving some material to you to know about me. Terminologies were not fully explained. Science and maths were fully formula based. But the accounting subject mainly based on 2 simple words, debit and credit. Even today also, the meaning of debit and credit were not fully explained. All the lecturers and all the writers, authors of the accounting books are simply saying debit means left side of the account and credit means right side and money. Is it a police signal? Is it a police signal? If you debit it, is it a right one? You may write a wrong. You may identify a wrong one as debit and a wrong one as a credit. Then how it will fulfill? How it will agree the rule? With debit and credit are not meaningful and for some accounting heads also. The subject was mainly divided into 2 parts as bookkeeping and accounting. Bookkeeping is the work of a bookkeeper who records the day-to-day financial transactions of a business. They usually write the day books and document each financial transaction, whether cash or credit, into the correct day book, that is petty cash book, supplier's ledger, customer ledger, etc., and the general ledger. Thereafter, an accountant can create financial reports from the information recorded by the bookkeeper. There are 2 divisions. One is bookkeeping division, another one is accounting division. The bookkeeper will maintain a record and he will maintain a ledger and he will prepare a statement, that is what is called as trial balance, to prove himself his work was error free. And after that, after the agreement of the trial balance, the same data will be handed over to a person who is skilled to prepare the financial report, that is who is called as an accountant. Thereafter, he will make some adjustments to the trial balance and he will prepare another trial balance, that is adjusted trial balance, and he will start preparing the financial report, that is balance sheet and profit and loss, that is income statement. Then accounting is the measurement, processing and communication of financial information about economic entities of a business house. Accounting keeps track of all financial records of a business. In addition to recording financial transactions, it will take responsibility of reporting, analyzing, and summarizing information. The accounting is considered as a mirror of financial transactions of any business. It will act as a mirror. If you take a mirror, you can watch your face, how it was, how it is. A well-maintained accountancy indicates that the business organization is in the right path and will have a financial stability. By seeing this accounting statement, that is balance sheet, the outsiders may invest something in your business in the form of cash or in the form of goods or in the form of services. So, if you are so particular to become a perfect accountant, you must know the full meaning of terminologies which you find it in the transactions while passing recording work with real examples to understand easily. I am here with giving some important terminologies for you. These are the sample terminologies which you come across daily, while you are going through accounting study. Transaction. This can be measured with money and contain the financial position of an organization, which can be measured with money. The event must be measured with money. So, if you render a service to a person, to an organization, he will give something. The value of the service will be given to you. Equal importance of the service. The price of the service will be given to you, and there is an equal service, and it can be measured with money and can change the financial position of an organization. By giving the service charges to a consultant, your cash balance will be decreased. Thereby, your financial position will be changed. That is what is called as a transaction. In the beginning, you might have seen the sentence, journalize the following transactions. Then what is transaction? You must be aware of the word transaction, the meaning of transaction. Otherwise, you will be in confusion while passing and while treating the transaction, that sentence. Accounting cycle, the sequence of steps followed in the accounting process to measure business transactions and transform the measurements into financial statements for a specific period. The teaching style left the importance of this to the students, and so different illustrations are taken for each step. Due to that, the student is not in a position to the result of the transaction. Then accounting cycle is an important one. It is a sequence steps for the processing of accounts from recording to finalization, journalization to finalization. But almost all the teachers, 99% of the students used to take different illustrations for journal, some four illustrations, for the ledger for 4 illustrations, and trial balance of 4 So the student is not able to see the result of the journal. Why? Because the journal has to be the data which is taken in the journal is to be transferred to a classified book, is what is called as a ledger. After that, they have to prepare a trial balance and to have to prove the agreement of the debit and credit as per the double entry system of accounting. But you can see, you can verify your books for each and everything. Separate this chapters will be taken. Separate problems will be taken for each and every chapter. It is fun to say. You can observe now the intermediate books. Started business with 5 lakhs. Sold goods. Wow, how it is? Without purchasing a good, how the goods will be sold? It is fun. But the student, the teacher used to say so, and they used to write the the solution on the board, and the students used to write the same on their notebooks, and they will get by it order. There is no a practicality in that. Without purchasing, you could how can sell it? After some time, after some days, the goods may be purchased. Without opening a bank account, a check will be issued. Purchased furniture against and paid by check. Without opening a bank account, how a checkbook will be given to a business unit to make use of it by a banker? It is fun to learn. It is fun. So you can go back to your subject. If you are intermediate, if you are an intermediate, or in either, if you are in a degree also, you can verify your books how the illustrations were prepared for your solutions. So the trial balance, it is prepared by the bookkeeper to prove the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts prepared allotted to him. We will allot some work to a bookkeeper. Almost he may be called as a data operator. After making journal entries and transferring the same to a classified book is what is called as a ledger, and he will balance it, and all the balances and balances will be taken to a statement, that is trial balance, to prove the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts he prepared. He want to prove himself, sir, I did the work fully well, sir. That is error free. I got no mistakes. You cannot find any mistakes in my recording work. To understand in a layman's point of view, trial means test. If you want to learn what is trial balance, you forget about the definition of the trial balance. Trial means test. You will be you may test a vehicle, test ride to verify, to confirm the specifications which were noted in the catalog. So trial means test. That means testing the end balances of a ledger, whether agreed each other as per double entry system of account. It is nothing testing the balances of the ledgers. So this is nothing but a trial balance. That double entry system, it means every transaction will have two aspects which are opposite and identical. According to the system, every debit must have equal credit balance. A layman's understanding, every receipt should be in the form of different source and will be available to discharge the liability of such a receipt. Suppose, take for example, some 10,000 was taken from your father. According to the instructions, you purchased, according to the instructions, you purchased 5,000 rupees worth of goods. 2,000 rupees were given to a creditor, and 2,000 rupees were taken by you, that is 9,000. The balance is 1,000. You are answerable to your parent. What happened to the money I gave to you? Daddy, I received 10,000 rupees from you. These are the amounts spent by me. The total 9,000. The balance is with me. That is double entry system. A layman's understanding must be like so. So what I am saying in the beginning is, it is a known subject to every human being, whether he is educated or uneducated. Trading account, an account so prepared to know the gross result of the activity, and also helps to confirm the estimated margin of profit made before the commencement of his activity. Every businessman starts his own dreamed project to earn money. You will make a plan. If I start this activity, if I start this project, I can get 40% of gross margin. That is, if I purchase goods worth 100 rupees, I can sell it in the market at 140. That is, the difference between 140 and 100 rupees is 40 rupees. That is, I can get 40% margin if I start this activity. So the trading account will help an accountant first to confirm whether he got the estimated margin before he commences the business. So trading account is a very, very important statement. Very, very important statement. You have to study all these things. Simply by preparing a trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet is a fun. It won't give any exposure to you. It won't help you to get a post even for a data operator post. So mind it. You observe each and everything. Why trading account? Why profit and loss account? Why trial balance? Why balance sheet? What is the need to prepare a balance sheet? What is the need to prepare a trading account? You have to question yourself. You have to question yourself. If not answered, if your query not answered by your lecturer or tutor, it is better to search in the Google. You type your question, you will get the answer. That you must be habituated to search like so. So then profit and loss, it is so prepared to know the net result of the business for the accounting period ended. It also helps to know the additional expenditure added to the expense account and also helps to know the accounts, the actual reasons for those happenings. Something may be added, interest on loans. At the beginning, you may not be expected to bring loans to run the business. Due to stringency of your financial stringency, you are forced to bring loans to run your business. If you bring loans, you are forced to pay interest on the loan you had availed. So interest will be an additional expenditure to the indirect expenses. With the analysis of a businessman will take such steps to control such additional which cause to suffer the results of the business. Dear students, I will explain each and everything. I will give such exposure which is practically possible and you can think, the accounting will be like this. A business will start like this and he will run like this and he will solve the problems if he was in trouble. In case of financial hurdles, the accountant must be in a position to give advice to the organizer to solve the problem like this. So, accountant position is a good position. He is the only person to administer the system and he is the only person to call anybody, even the owner, to his chamber to give answer. So, this is a very good course to learn. It will help you. It will give such a honor among all. Even the owner will stand before you to give answer in certain times. So this is a good course to learn. And balance sheet. It is a statement which shows the liabilities and assets of the business at a given time. It will help to know the financial status, which in turn help to know the strength of financial position of the said business by the outside investors and they encourage them to extend credit to the business unit in future. The outside investors must be in a position to know your stability, the financial stability, so that they can extend their credit facilities in the form of goods or in the form of service or in the form of finance. So it will play an important role in the financial statement, that is balance sheet. Accounting period. It is the period with reference to which accounting books of an entity are prepared. It is the period for which books are balanced and the financial statements are prepared. Generally, the accounting period consists of 12 months. In India, the accounting period starts from 1st April and ends by 31st March every year. Accounting period is otherwise called as a previous year. Expense. Outflow of money to pay for the services and goods and raw materials purchased and also expires after receiving service. Expenses and expenditures. Expenses which expires immediately after getting the service, it will be paid and you cannot get the repeated service for the amount paid. It will expire automatically. But expenditure is different from outlay. Outlay of money to acquire assets, decrease liabilities. Outflow of money to acquire assets, to purchase assets, and to make deposits. To make deposits towards rental advance or towards security deposits, etc., and to decrease the liabilities. You are liable to the creditors for the services rendered and for the goods supplied or the finances arranged. So it will the expenditure is that which can decrease the liabilities. The amount spent in acquiring the asset will also be expired in installments in the form of depreciation and amortization by adding to the administrative expenses while preparing the installment. The expenditure made to acquire fixed assets will also be expired in installments in the form of depreciation or amortization. Amortization is also equal to a depreciation. It will be calculated on the intangible assets, that is patent rights, copyrights, etc. So these expenditure, that is depreciation and amortization, will be added to the administrative expenses, otherwise called as indirect expenses, while preparing the income statement. So this is the thing. So we are going to discuss some meanings of the abbreviations. DR, debit record. Usually, most of the teachers spell it as debtor or debit, but really it is debit record. How can you spell it as debtor? Debtor is a person. Is a person. It represents a person. Debtor. It represents a person. Then how you call it? You know, for cash also you call it cash account debtor, furniture account debtor, Subbaro account debtor. For how it will be called? Some people, some teachers, some tutors will call it, will spell it as debit. It is an abbreviation. So debit, DR means debit record. You mind it. The CR, credit record. Debit, maximum teachers will say it is the left hand side of an account. Some says it is a Latin word that the debere means what is due. It is also not, this meaning may not satisfy a student. What is due? Cash account, is it a due? Subbaro account, furniture account, what is due? What is due, whether it is due to us or whether it is due by us? It is a little bit confusion. I made 3 words, simply 3 words for debit and credit. It will be explained in a later class in a layman's explanation. Anybody can, without, if you want, if you are so interested to learn accountancy, you need not be a commerce touched candidate. You need not be a commerce candidate. You can start learning accountancy. You can do well, and when you act as an accountant, even though you are not a commerce graduate. So my teachings will be completely practically oriented one. It will show the practicality, how the business will be started, how the words will be spelled, and everything will be taught to you. Credit, most of the teachers say it is the right side of an account. Somebody says it is a Latin word, credere means something entrusted to another or a loan. Are you satisfied with this definition? Most of the people say it is the right side of the account. But the students were not in a position to understand clearly, as they are quite new to the subject, and that these words will enter in the beginning of the chapter. Debit and credit will be in the beginning of the chapter. They will be in the first class. In the first class, they will be the lessons will be started with a confusion and will end with confusion. Purchase and sales. 95% of the tutors used to classify these two as the real accounts. Why? Because goods comes in while purchased and goods goes out while sold. But really saying they are nominal accounts. Why? Because the classification depends on the activity of the owner. What is the activity of the owner? The activity of the owner is purchasing of goods and selling of the goods. The goods which were purchased are meant for resale, are meant for consumption in the process of manufacturing, are meant for consumption in the execution of contract work. So the activity main expenditure is purchase. Then how you treat it as a real account? It is not a real account. The main expenditure of the business is purchase. Without a purchase, there will be no sale. And moreover, the nominal account rules, it was clearly narrated that expense and income as debit and credit. If we classify the real accounts, how can we prepare the income statement? We have to prepare two statements. One is balance sheet and the other one is income statement. Personal account and real account will take place in the preparation of the balance sheet, and the nominal accounts only will take place uh, in the income statement. If you classify these two also as a real account, what about the nominal account? What about the nominal account? How you prepare the income statement whenever you need? Whenever you need. So it is fun. Bank account, 99% of tutors will classify it as a personal account. Bank OD is a personal account because it is a liability of the organization to repay the amounts drawn from the bank. But whereas current account means putting some amount with the banker to facilitate to issue or transfer amounts to creditors and to honor the provisions of the income tax. That is your money. You are keeping money with the banker. Banker giving a provision to keep money with him without the permission, without putting a request. You can withdraw your whole money whenever you want. You need not stand in a queue. You need not request the bank manager, sir, please give me 10,000 rupees. If it is a personal account, there is no guarantee of you get back. Suppose if you give 10,000 rupees to a person to keep with him, in the evening if you go to him, please give 5,000 rupees to him, and you keep 5,000 rupees with me and I will take afterwards, and he may not accept. He may quarrel with you. I am not the person to maintain your cash with me, to take away your amount. Otherwise, I deposited the amount with my banker. Come tomorrow, I will withdraw it. So it is not a personal account. If it is a loan account or OD account, it is a personal account. Why? Because it is a liability account. If you withdraw something, you have to repay it to the banker because it is a liability. You are drawing your banker's money, not your money. But whereas in current account, if it is a business account, it will be called as a current account. If your savings account or your individual savings account, so if you deposit, you can deposit your money in the bank, and you can withdraw the money whenever you need without putting a request to the banker. So it is nothing but an asset. According to me, cash account is nothing but cash in the office and cash at the bank. Suppose there is a cash balance of 3 lakhs. You may not find 3 lakhs in the cash box. 2 lakhs maybe in your cash box and 1 lakh maybe in the bank account. So that is, you can utilize your money from your cash box as well as from the bank account. Also, you can issue checks to anybody, to the suppliers or to anybody to get the cash from the bank. And the issuing a check means and requesting a banker or ordering a banker to pay such money or the bearer of the check. So the owner of the business may order the cashier of the business unit to give 10,000 rupees to Subbarao. Like so, without giving a word, he will give an instrument, that is a check, to a bearer, to a person to whom you have to pay. And the person will approach the banker to get the money. That is, bank account is not a personal account, it is a asset account. Mind it, it is an asset account. But bank OD is a personal account. But nobody is carrying that. Even all the professors and the CA qualified persons of the tutors also will say the bank is a personal account. So 2, it is a prefix to the credit side of journal entry. Almost all used to say there is no meaning for the word to. There is no meaning to the word to. In the year 1494, a person, a mathematician, Italian mathematician Luca Paciolo, invented and brought into light the double entry system of accounting. At that moment, he designed, he narrated some terminologies and he brought some words to be utilized by an accountant. So in that context, two was brought by him. Two, some persons will say it is a meaningless. You need not, that is an option. You can put a two or not two. It is a prefix to the credit side of journal entry. Almost all used to say there is no meaning. There was no meaning for the word two. It is not a compulsory to prefix two for credit item. But according to me, there is a meaning to understand a source. You can understand and confirm for every credit item, the word source is capital suitable. So take for example, I will say one example. For the investment, cash to capital. So to how the cash was received by the organization, capital was the source. Capital was the source to get money in the organization. Purchased some furniture. Furniture to cash. Cash was the source to acquire furniture. It is a source. With the cash only, without the cash, you cannot purchase that item. So while while receiving the cash was debited and capital was credited. While utilizing the amount, cash was credited. So in the both the examples, two stood as source. You please understand it. I am going to give a free class which explains you in depth. That is manual system to computerized system of account. It will a basic account will be completely explained to you, and you will be taken to the tally accounting system, how the transactions were passed in the manual system, how the same transactions were passed in the accounting package. You can see the difference. You can understand well. So by while posting the entry in the ledger, we will use the word by before the record. Without explaining the reason to put by, they used to say put before before the record. They won't say the meaning of by. They won't say the meaning of to, and they won't say the meaning of by. Simply start with by. Why? You students won't ask, Master, why we have to put by? You won't ask, they won't reply. Without explaining the reason to put by, they used to say put by before the record. But recording to sorry. But according to me, by means through. Through. Example in the credit purchase. Suppose we are taking an example. Credit purchase will be prefixed by in the credit side of the supplier's account. Supplier's account, you will take by in the credit side as supplied goods on credit. That means he became credit through supplied goods. How he became a creditor to us? How he became a creditor? Through supplying of goods on credit, he became a creditor. Through. By means through. To means source. You understand? I think you understand clearly. And you also follow me to take a free class from manual to computerized system of accounting within a short moment. And conclusion, if you really put an object and fix a goal to become a perfect accountant, you must you must concentrate on the important terminologies and always use think in a practical way. Mere getting a certificate won't help you in getting a job in an organization. You won't get, even though you are ranked, you may not be called by an organization, and you may not be selected in the interview for an accountant job. Try to learn with an analytical mind. Always use your analytical mind to learn the accountancy and the taxation in a practical way. Wishing you all the best to reach your targeted dreamed position as an accountant. I am Satyanarayan Raju, tax practitioner in Hyderabad. We are offering courses like this. Tally ERP 9 with And a tax practitioner's course, you can start your own practice, and it need not be a CA graduate to start, set up your own practice. You yourself, you can start your own practice. You can file the income tax returns, you can give advices to your clients, and you can file the GST returns. You can give such advices, and you can solve the problems faced by a businessman. All courses with business documents by auditors, everything based by the original business documents. You can see the invoices, you can see the bank statements, you can everything, you can see everything. So this is the only institute in India. This is the only institute in India who exposing the subject in a practical with real time business documents. So you can also visit my YouTube Sachiki classes for more accounting and taxation classes. Thank you very much. So please download my app and watch more and more lessons through my this YouTube channel, that is Sachiki classes. To subscribe that channel also, to get more exposure in the accountancy side. So many controversies were touched in that in those videos. Thank you very much. Good day.